We've been highlighting stories for Black History Month all month long. And as we head into our last weekend, we're taking a look back at an inspiring story. A few years ago, our Mercedes Williams had the opportunity to sit down with 4 Black women who worked their way to greatness in New York State's legal field. They explained why and how they became successful in their careers. Take a look back at this month's Black History Month Rewind story.
It's not too often you see the direct effects of paying it forward, but for these Capital Region women, their journey to success depended on one another.
The group of us are pretty close now.
Judge Sherry Brooks and attorneys Tracy Chance and Raja Raiskal all graduated from Albany Law School in the early 2000s.
We studied for the bar exam together.
What was the journey like? I know everybody talks about, especially for African American women, the classroom demographics, what it looks like when you're in such a particular field.
I didn't see a lot of people that looked like me, and I didn't know if I could do it.
Tracy became the first African American to serve as Schenectady's assistant public defender, and now the county's first African American conflict defender, in turn opening the door for Jasmine Norman. She's the senior licensing attorney for the New York Department of State.
Thank you for hiring me, this young attorney who just wanted to practice litigation.
When did you say this was it? This was the career for me. This is the path I want to take.
Ironically, I was a senior in college, and I had no idea what I wanted to do.
Brooks, who was born and raised in Albany, soon decided to dedicate her career to the Albany County legal system, going from classroom to courtroom, and eventually becoming the first Black female to take the bench as Albany Family Court judge.
It's something that I came upon that I can't imagine not doing now.
I always thought that I wanted to be a lawyer. I don't know what I would have done if I failed the bar exam.
Did you pass it on your first try?
Yes.
Raiskal becoming the first woman of color to hold her current position as the Albany City Associate Court Attorney and is the Capital District's Black and Hispanic Women's Bar Association Vice President. She attributes some of that success to her colleagues while admitting not seeing women of color in their field was a bit discouraging.
Looking at people who look like you, who are succeeding, words can't explain how important that is.
I think sometimes when you don't have somebody to look at that's like a real person that you know and you can relate to, then it makes it hard for you to see yourself there.
Adding even fictional TV attorneys like Olivia Pope, Jessica Pearson, and even Claire Huxtable were few and far in between.
And that, young man, is what marriage is made of. It is give and take 50-50.
I knew that she was a mom and a wife, but I don't recall a single episode, and I'm sure there probably was some, where she portrayed a lawyer.
That in part inspired them to become the role models they wanted to see.
So you guys are your own real life walking like Olivia Pope. Like.
I didn't realize that I was showing these women who were now graduating or getting ready to graduate that they could do that as well.
Their journey relatable to women of every race, showing you can achieve your goals while raising a family.
I know one of the stereotypes is if you become an attorney that you can't have a family.
By the time I went to law school, I had 2 kids.
I took my daughter with me everywhere I went.
How does that feel right now when you just take a moment and think about all that you all have accomplished, and we could fill 4 chairs here with women?
Well, we're filling 5 chairs with Black women who are doing amazing things. So in any field, it's so nice to see people accomplishing great things, because you just know that the generation under us will say that is possible. They will look at you on TV and say, I can do that. They will look at us in court and say, I can do that.
What can people do moving forward to promote more women of color?
I think we can take the generation under us and bring them up with us.
Having diversity inclusion councils where we have people of color considering other people of color for these positions within state government, I think is so important.
When you ladies look back on your work and your accomplishments, what do you hope to, leave behind? What legacy?
We've done what we set out to accomplish.
I would definitely want people to look at me and know that I did everything in my power to support the upward mobility of Black people within my community, because that is the most important thing that we can do in our positions.
Mercedes Williams, Spectrum News.
So Mercedes has checked in with the ladies since that interview in 2020, and they are continuing to blaze trails for the next generation of legal professionals. Sherry Brooks has risen the ranks to become New York State's Supreme Court Justice in the 3rd Judicial Court. Jasmine Norman was promoted to Deputy Counsel for New York's Office of Cannabis Management. Raisha Reiskau is now the Albany City and Acting Family Court Judge. Reiskau is also running for a full-time family court seat. Tracy Chance still holds the title of Schenectady Conflict Defender and continues to mentor new and aspiring attorneys.